Hey everybody, this is Dave coming to you from the Gaming Cave. Today we're going to do another playthrough of Title Bout version 4, Title Bout II actually. Designed by Jim Trunzo and comes from Straight Jab Media. Okay, we're going to do another heavyweight fight. I had some requests from some guys on the channel to please do another one, so here we go. The fighters I drew today. We have young Stribling. He's a heavyweight. He's a rated 11. He's a slugger and he's a right-hander. King of the cane breaks. He actually comes from Bainbridge, Georgia. He fought from 1921 to 1933. So you can see he's got really nice control numbers and good hitting power. He's fighting heavyweight Gerry Cooney. He's rated a 9, a slugger. He's a right-hander. Irish Gerry Cooney. Fights out of Manhattan, New York. And he fought from 1977 to 1990. So here we have an old fighter and a new fighter. Makes for an interesting fight. Cooney's got a whale of a punch. So he's got that for him. We'll see what happens. The other thing we're going to add to this today, get my cards over here. We're going to add the referee cards. So I'll show you a little something. With those, we'll mix them up because I'm just going to draw a random, not heavyweight, referee. This is a good one to show you. This is Arthur Donovan. He's lenient on his fouls, normal on his stoppage. His consistency is 1 to 80. His boxer rate is 9, and his availability is 1 to 50. I'm not going to cut for the availability. We're going to go with that. Boxer rating 9. The fighter, at least a fighter, has to be at least a 9. Both of mine are. So you can tell Arthur Donovan does the better fighters. He doesn't mess around with the lower rated fighters. So that's where we're at there. Okay. All right. So I got my cards all shuffled. Here we go. Give the decks a quick shuffle. So we have Stribling and Cooney, and I want to show you on this one. Stribling's a 12 against a slugger. Cooney's a 9, so that's a 12 to 9 difference. So if you look at the conversion chart, it goes 12 to 10. It does not go 12 to 9. So when it gets to 12 to 9, it does not change. That's the where they're going to be at. Okay, and hitting power was a 9. His punches landed are 32. His base is a 30, and Cooney's defense is a positive 2, so that gives him a 32. Aggressiveness is 8. KD1 is 2. Counter punching is a 5, and his endurance for a 10-round fight is 80. Cooney's a 9 on his control, 11 on his hitting power. He is a 30 on his punches landed. His base number is 30. Stribling's defense is a 0. Aggressiveness is 8. KD1 is 2. Control or counter punch is a 4, and his endurance is 72. So a little less than what Stribling's got. Okay, we're getting ready to start the fight. Both fighters' aggressiveness number is an 8. So then we go to the higher rated fighter, that is Stribling. So he's the guy that gets to start off with the aggressiveness. Here we go. His control factor is a 5. He gets control. And Stribling 43. And a 43, he missed the punch. And on him, his counter punch is 43 to 47. So Cooney gets a chance at a counter punch. His number's a 4 on 30. So 1 to 34, 76. He does not land the counter punch. It goes back to Stribling, who 8 stays in control. And an 11, he landed a punch. Okay, and an 11 is a 2-point jab for young Stribling. Nope, take that back. 11, he landed the punch. Now we check it, 77. Sorry, 2-point uppercut. All right, Stribling, no control, loses control. Cooney, the next fighter has to get control, no control. Stribling, 11, he gets control. Stribling, 67. 67 is a ring movement, and they stay in ring center. Okay, Stribling loses control. Cooney gets control. And Cooney, 25, he lands a punch, and it is a 32. And a 32 is a 2-point hook. Cooney loses control. Stribling gets control, and Stribling, 12, lands a punch. And that punch is a 39. And a 39 on his punch is a 3-point cross. Stribling scores a 3-pointer and loses control. And Cooney gets control. And Cooney lands a power shot. His hitting power is 11. That's a 9. Stribling is a KD 1 of 2. And we're going to check it against KD number of 8. So we come to the knockout chart. And we go, the number's an 8. And he's a 2. That's a 4-point punch. So Cooney lands a 4-pointer. Cooney stays in control. And a 49, he clinches. Excuse me. And Cooney loses control. Stribling gets control. And he lands a punch. Not a power shot, but it was close. 24. 24 is a... Interesting. They have a mistake on this card. I'll show you this. It's a 3 to 18. This should not be 3 to 18. It should be 19 to 27. So we have to remember that. So he scored a 24. That's a 3-point hook. 8. Okay. 3-point hook on Stribling. Stribling stays in control. Oh, he lands the power shot this time. Cooney is a KD 1 of 2 on 4. There we know that's a 4-point punch. He scores 4 points. Stribling stays in control. Stribling lands another punch. This punch is a 1 PB. That's a partially blocked. He scores 1 point. Stribling stays in control. Stribling lands another punch. This is a 12, and a 12 is a 2-point jab. Young Stribling stays in control. A 46, he missed the punch, and Cooney gets to take a counter punch, which is 41. He missed. All right, Stribling stays in control. Stribling lands another punch. This one is an 11. An 11's another 2-point jab. Stribling, he stays in control. His number's 12. Possible foul. We check the foul. A 55 is no foul. Stribling stays in control. He lands another punch. And this one's a 31. And a 31 is a 2-point hook. And Stribling loses control, but the bell rings. Okay, so he's up 19 to 6. So a 19 to 6 is a 13-point difference. So Stribling wins the round 10 to 9. 10 to 9. All right. And he scores 19 points. No missed punches by Cooney. So that's going to be 19 off of Cooney. And that's going to lower here from 72 to 53. Cooney scores 6 points. And Stribling missed 2, so he gets 8 points against his endurance. And 8 off of that drops him to 72. Nothing else changes on their stats. And 8. Okay, we're ready now for round 2. So you can see the difference when fighters have control. There seems to be, at least in the first round, a lot more action. Okay, here we go. Now, because both fighters are innate aggressive, you go with the fighter that won the last round that continues to be the aggressor. That is young Stribling. Stribling gets control, and he lands a punch. And it is a 20. And a 20 is 3-point hook. He loses control. Cooney does not get control. Stribling gets control. Stribling lands another punch. This one is a 51, and the 51 is a 2-point cross. Stribling loses control. Cooney, no control. Stribling gets control. 10, he lands another punch. It is a 79. That's a 2-point uppercut. Stribling gets control. Stribling 53 is a clinch, and he loses control. Cooney gets control. Cooney 51, he clinches. Cooney loses control. Stribling gets control. Stribling 61, he clinches. Stribling stays in control. And a 29, he lands a punch for a 73. And a 73 is a 2-point uppercut. Stribling loses control. Cooney, no control. Stribling gets control. All right. Stribling on a 50, he clinches. Stribling stays in control. And he lands a punch. And it is a 7. And a 7 is a 2-point jab. Stribling loses control. Cooney, no control. Stribling, no control. Cooney, no control. Nobody's taking control here. Stribling, no control. Cooney gets control finally. And he lands a power shot. There it is. He's an 11. That was a 5. We check this. He's a KD 1 of 2 on 20. On 20. On a 2 is a star. So we have to draw for a random number, and if it's a 1 to 4, he knocks him down. It's a 30. He does not knock him down. In this case, he scores, and the random number was not low enough to cause a knockdown. So he will be a 5-point score for Cooney. He scores 5. He gets to add Stribling's KD1 and KD2 together. So he goes from a 2 to a 4 for the remainder of this round. And Cooney gets Killer Instinct of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Going to get him through most of the round. So that means Cooney's in control. We just checked. 40. He missed the punch. 37. He missed the punch, so he's swinging wild. Cooney gets a possible foul. We check for fouls at the end of the round, so I'm going to set this. I'm going to leave it sticking out. At the end of the Killer Instinct, I should say. 44. He missed the punch, and Stribling gets to counter punch with a 2. It's a power shot, so Stribling hits him. A 13 on 2 is a 5. Stribling scores a 5-point shot. He rocks him. In the meantime, Cooney lands a punch, and it is a 69, which is a 3-point uppercut. It's him up to 8. Now we check for the foul for Cooney. It is a 75. Cooney's an A. It's a warning. So Cooney, we're going to mark on his sheet, warned for 75. And Cooney gets control, but the bell rings. Okay, nobody was knocked down. Stribling scored 16 to 8. So Stribling still controlled the bout and wins the round. Even though he took a power shot, Cooney couldn't do anything with it. He scored 16 and 3 misses is another 19-point round. 12 minus 9 is 3. Oops. Taking that off the wrong guy. 19 off of here. So that's a 4. 34 left for Cooney. Cooney scores 8 and no missed punches. So it cuts him down to 64. All right, 12, 9, 32, 8, Oh, oops, 8-2 again. And Cooney's a 9, 11, 30, 8, 2, 4. So Cooney is having a tough time here because he absorbed a power shot during his killer instinct. Okay, here we go. It's round 3. So this is, right now, he has scored 38. And to get a stoppage in 2 rounds, he needed 50 points. So it's not enough there. He needs 60 here. So if he has a really big round here, Stribling could stop this fight. Okay, here we go. Stribling starts us off by getting control. And 35, he missed the punch. And he gets control. And a 60, he clinches. Stribling gets control. And a 15, he lands a punch. That one is a 64 and a possible cut. The 64 is a 2-point combination. We're going to check for the cut. Cooney adds 2 to the cut number. 62 makes that a 64. He's cut inside the mouth. Okay, so he gets cut. 64 inside the mouth. That is a 1-point damage, so we're going to put 1 on there, and -1 endurance per round. Okay, so we got to remember to do that. He gets an extra -1, okay, on his endurance loss. All right, here we go. Stribling gets control. Stribling lands a punch, and it is a 1 partial block. Okay, gets 1 point, but he stays in control, and he lands another punch. This one is a 41, and a 41 is a 3-point cross. Stribling stays in control, and he lands another punch. He's controlling the fight now. A 78, that's a 2-point uppercut. Stribling stays in control, and possible foul, and the number is a 42. That's no foul. Stribling loses control. Cooney does not get control. Stribling does not get control. Cooney does not get control. Stribling gets control again, and he lands a punch with a 28, and that's a 26, which is, that's a 3-point hook. Stribling gets control. He's controlling this round. Oh, he lands a power shot. Cooney's a 2 on 16. A 16 on 2 is a, show you, 16 on 2, right here, it's a 5F. A clean shot almost drops him. 5 points and full killer instinct. So he gets 5 points, puts him up to 16. His killer instinct is 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, here comes Stribling's coming after him now. Stribling, 63, he clinches. A 49, he clinches. A 32, he missed the punch. Nope, he lands the punch. And it is a 36, 2-point hook. And 59, clinches. 48, he missed the punch. Nope, he clinches. A 10, he lands another punch, not a power shot, and it's a 69, which is a 3-point uppercut. Gets him up to 21. Okay, Stribling loses control. Cooney gets control. Cooney lands a power shot. Here he comes. This is an 11 on 2. 11 on 2 is a 5. That punch buckled his knees. Cooney scores 5 points. Cooney loses control. Stribling does not get control. Cooney, no control. Stribling, no control. Cooney gets control. Cooney lands another power shot, and it is on a 15. A 15 on 2 is a 5H. Rocked by that tremendous punch, he scores 5 points, and he would have gotten automatic control, but he doesn't because the bell rings. So Cooney hit him hard at the end, but it wasn't enough to finish him off. The difference in the round, 21-10, is 11 points, so Stribling wins that round. Even though Cooney came on strong at the end, Stribling scores 21. He gets 1 for the missed punches, 22. So 22 off of the noted that in the wrong spot. 22 off of 34. That would be 2. It'd be 22, and he loses 1 every round, so he's down to 21. All right. Cooney scored 10. He didn't miss any punches. Lowers him to 54. Okay. 12, 9, 32, 8, 2, 5, 9, 11, 8, 2, 4. Okay. So Cooney still has 21 on his endurance, 54 on Stribling's. Cooney's wearing out fast here. All right, here we go. And we'll check the 3-round scores. I don't think it's enough. 22 and 19. 9 and 2 is 11. 3, that's 41. He needs 50. 41 and 19. Wait a minute. 41 and 19. That's 60 points. He did it. 60's a TKO. 3 rounds, 60 points scored against, fight stopped. TKO. Cooney can't come out for the bell. He finished it. He's done. It's over. Cooney's done at the end of round 3. Can't answer the bell for round 4. Stribling scored the TO. He completely overpowered him. Arthur Donovan says that's enough. What a wild fight. Okay, so we saw a lot of power shots from 2 heavy hitters. We saw a ton of control from Stribling over Cooney, who Cooney's not a bad fighter. Stribling's just way better with his control, his endurance, his defense was slightly better, and even though Cooney had the heavier punch, it didn't matter. Okay, hey, that's how you guys. Every time I fight a game, something different will happen a lot of times. We happened to catch one where we actually got the points that caused the fight to end. And because Arthur Donovan was a normal stoppage, we don't have any adjustment. If you get into lenient or aggressive, some of the other ones, it can add or subtract points to make it easier for these referees to affect the fight. Okay. All right, that's the end of that. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. That's a quick fight on Title Bout II. A couple more heavyweights. Young Stribling stops Gerry Cooney at the end of round 3 with 60 points scored against him in the rounds total, and that ended the. He had just enough to get there. So very interesting for that. And you know what? Now I'm looking. He did not get enough because these include missed punches. Cooney had 4 missed punches. He's still at a 56. The fight's not over. It's still on. Get Arthur Donovan back up here in the ring. Wow, I'm glad I didn't throw this next deck in there. This fight's still going. Okay, Cooney did not TKO. Wow, I almost misdid that. You got to remember, this TPM, this TP plus 0 is total punches, and it includes that punches missed. So those 19s, and that makes that 21. And that made that a 19. You take those 3 off there, made that a 16. So it was not enough. Okay, he was close, but not enough. All right, well, here we go. The fight's still on. Cooney's got to do something. Here comes, this is round 4. Here comes Stribling. Stribling gets control. And Stribling lands a punch. And it is a 12. And a 12 is a 2-point jab. Stribling gets control. Stribling 61. And a 61 is a clinch. Stribling gets control. Cooney just cannot land enough in this one. Stribling's going to move to ring center. Stribling gets control. Stribling 36, missed the punch. Stribling loses control. Cooney gets control, finally. Cooney, possible foul. It is a 26, no foul. Cooney stays in control. Cooney 45, he missed the punch. Stribling's going to counter punch. He needs a 30 to 35. He gets a 41, nothing. Okay, Cooney stays in control. Cooney lands the power shot. Okay, here we go. Cooney gets, it's a 9 on 2. Oops. A 9 on 2. He's a 9 on 2 is 5-pointer. Cooney lands a 5-point. Hit on him and then loses control. Stribling, no control. Cooney gets control. Cooney missed the punch. Gerry can't hit him. Loses control. Stribling, no control. Cooney, no control. Stribling gets control. Stribling lands a punch. And it is a 59, which is a 3-point combination. Stribling, no control. Loses control. Cooney, no control. Stribling gets control. Stribling lands a power shot. Here we go. It is a 14 on 2. 14 on 2 is a 5H. Rocked by that tremendous punch, he scores 5 points in automatic control. So he scores 5 points. And Stribling's in control. We don't check for control. Stribling, possible injury. Ew, injury. Fighter eats a 3-point punch to the side of his jaw, breaking it. At the end of the round, we'll make a random number check. Okay, so I got to hang on to this one. And the fighter eats a 3-point punch. So Cooney, he gets a 3-point punch. We got to keep this here to check on Stribling. He may have his jaw just got broke. All right, Stribling stays in control and he lands a punch, and it is a 56, which is a 2-point cross. Stribling loses control. No to Cooney. Stribling gets control. It's a 66. He's clinching. And he stays in control. And a 30 lands a punch. And it is a 40. And a 40 is a 3-point cross. And Stribling loses control. And Cooney gets control. And he does ring movement. Okay. All right. So here's what we got to do. We're going to shuffle. And then we got to cut the deck. And if the random number is between 1 and 40, the fight is stopped. Oh, that didn't work. Shuffle. I want you to think, oh, I saw that. I didn't see the card. Here we go. Put them up here. And we cut. 26. The fight stopped. Wow. Stribling can't go on. That fight is over. Okay, that was this injury right here. Fighter eats a 3-point punch and then it stopped at the end of the round. That's it. It's a TKO for Cooney gets the TKO. That becomes an upset. he broke his jaw. So he took an injury. Now the fight's over. Arthur Donovan can go back to the deck over here. He's done. Okay, so I got excited because I thought Stribling had TKO'd Cooney, but he hadn't. He thought Cooney wouldn't come out at the end of the round, but he did. Then Cooney turns around and breaks his jaw. It's a crazy fight. What an ending. All right. A lot of excitement in that fight. There you go. Couple big hitters and then that random injury that popped up and it got him. So you never know. That's the fun of the game. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed this. Irish Gerry Cooney TKO's young Stribling, the king of the cane breaks, at the end of round 4. So Cooney, by breaking his jaw, Stribling couldn't go on. All right, guys, this has been a lot of fun. I love this game. I hope you enjoyed it. This will be a little shorter video for you. And as always, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. And please leave me those comments and please give me that thumbs up for my video. All right, guys, I'll see you next time. Have a good one.